I didn't know I was going to be on camera.
Camera. Bring your vape. Gotta have your vape.
Stop making fun of me.
I'm gonna kill you, Molly.
I don't like it.
You're gonna get a popcorn, Long Beach.
Yeah, well.
Who doesn't like popcorn?
I like popcorn.
That's why I cook it, and
That's
nobody ever eats it. Was Mark eating it last week?
Mark ate it last week. He did.
You guys, we sound so good in these mics.
I like these mics a lot.
I do too. It makes me want to talk like this and have a proper radio show on NPR. My new book, How Do I Do It? The Autumn Fischer story.
Molly hates that. She hates
you don't like ASMR?
I don't mind I've listened to ASMR. It's interesting. But Jeff always messes with me when he's here, and he will like breathe into the mic and like do this because he knows I hate editing it out.
Oh.
He'll sit there and just go.
So to amuse himself, he
Yeah.
adds 40 minutes of work to Molly's.
Oh. Someone give me some Captain Crunch. I'm going to eat it on the mic.
Have you seen the videos of like people eating like honeycombs and stuff?
Yes.
on ASMR.
I
It's kind of
love it.
fascinating.
There's this Korean woman that I follow on YouTube.
The chicken?
Yeah, the chicken.
That's the first ASMR video I saw, and you're the one that shared it. And I was like, Tom, you got to look at this. This chick is crazy.
Oh, and because I asked, because you said, yeah, I eat the chicken bone.
He does.
Like that, where you can just like put the whole thing in your mouth and it comes out clean.
He finishes my chicken bones.
I don't understand. There's so much like cartilage and like weird knobs.
He loves
You
that
just
stuff.
chew harder.
That's what she does.
Yeah.
Crunching.
It's
My
nuts.
teeth are strong enough.
I've tried to do it. I'm like, I'm going to eat the bottom of this chicken bone because I guess you can do that. And I'm like,
You can.
It's gross.
My teeth are strong enough to eat your teeth.
Yeah, but but I have notoriously soft teeth.
Okay.
But does it taste good? Because you know how like fat on a steak, some people cut that off, but that's like the best part of
I
your
like
steak.
it, yeah.
Yeah. So do people, does the bottom, the nubs of chicken that you'll eat, do they taste good or are they just crunchy?
It's good and crunchy, and it kind of breaks up the chicken.
It grosses me out.
Like you get the meats, and then you get to tearing it up.
What about the other little bone that's like in there?
No, you don't eat the little bone.
You know what I'm talking about? That like spiky one in there?
Yeah.
But I'm seeing this person put the chicken in
That
her
would be
cheek
the
and then
fibula.
He
yes.
won a chicken wing eating contest once because his wings were so much cleaner than the other guys.
We tied.
It came down to which wings were cleaner.
Yeah. Which
And
wing is so clean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and mine were way cleaner.
Yep.
The judge just went, dude, to the other guy. And the guy's
Really?
like, yeah, I lost.
You gotta win with an asterisk. Dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
look at his
Dude.
wings, man.
This guy wins.
Ready?
You ready to start? Are we ready to just jump into it? It feels weird.
I'm ready when you're ready. It feels weird having me here.
Yeah, this is...
Yeah.
Get out, Molly.
It feels weird being here.
I feel weird that you're here.
Yeah,
I
me
feel
too.
weird that I look fat.
You're fine. Would you like a blankie?
No! That's even worse. Looking insecure about being fat is worse, where you're like,
You keep tugging at it.
yeah,
Yeah.
just letting it go, acting cool. I'm trying to find a middle ground. Suck it in. Let's go. Let's go, beach. Let's go,
Let's
beach.
do it.
Hello, universe. Welcome to Off the Rails with Tom and Mark.
Welcome back, universe, to a currently unnumbered in the can episode. And Mark is not here to do his part. We're here with Autumn Fischer. Hey,
Hello!
Autumn. So we're coming to you live from Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty Studios in beautiful, picturesque, as always, Grafton, Wisconsin. And if you're looking to buy or sell a home or interested in a career in real estate, email Roy at cbhsr.com.
Roy.
Or give them a call, 414-235-0763. They'd love to be your go-to for all your real estate needs. And we are not sure when this episode is going to air, but we are currently in the process of using Roy to buy a house.
Wow.
And it
Roy's
is-
the best.
Roy's awesome.
He is.
Anybody named Roy is either the worst or the best.
I do know the worst Roy.
That's why this guy from Caldwell Banker, Roy, is the best. If you didn't know any Roy, maybe this one would be the worst.
Yeah, Roy is awesome. Today we're here with Autumn Fischer. How's it going, Autumn?
It's good. How are you guys doing? It's been so long since I've seen you. It's like I've gone half a year without or more without seeing you, and then I see you 2 days in a row.
I know. It's
That's
crazy.
how it goes.
Yeah.
So you do, you're on the Von Hessler Doctrine.
Yes, the Von Hessler Doctrine on 95.5 WSB. It's an Atlanta radio station. Check it out. You can find it. I also do Radio Labyrinth, which is a pop culture podcast, which also you can find places. Labyrinth is tough to spell.
Yes.
But if you put it in, sometimes it'll autofill for you. But this is the way I spell it. I say labby, because it's with a Y. Labyrinth. So if you have trouble. And then my baby, my pride and joy, is One Topic.
One Topic. That's
Yeah.
what we are going to get to.
Yep.
We're going to talk about that soon. But first, let me tickle the bunghole a little bit here. Let's see.
My balloon knot.
Yeah, your balloon knot. Yeah, you were on
Are you
episode
going to
12.
untie it? What?
You were on episode 12 a long time ago.
Oh, did you go back and look at that, or do you remember that?
I remember that. I remember every episode.
Yeah, right.
Steel
I
trap.
remember it all. So we're going to see, I put together a show drinking 2 cups of coffee. So here's the long and short of it. Mullets are back. We have our first ever space crime. See, I thought your husband was going to be here, so I kind of tailored.
I know all about
the
that
story.
space crime.
Do you?
Yeah.
I told him, I said, you should just ask Autumn anyway and put her on the spot.
I know
See how much she listens.
all the things.
Okay. Measles outbreak at the World Hip Hop Competition. Marijuana plant fire. You won't believe who owns Death Row Records now. Katy Perry is getting She Too'd. We're going to see how hip Florida boys become men. And think for a second. Do you wash the bottom of your dishes?
Yes.
Yeah? All right. First, let's do the hot seat here. There's the sizzle. You requested the sizzle back in episode 12.
But I like it.
You ready for the hot seat?
I'm ready.
Doesn't matter.
What does it mean?
It means our eyebrows, facial hair. You froze on the
answer.
hot seat.
I have to do it really fast?
No, you can do it as well. What do you think?
Our eyebrows, facial hair.
Yes.
Yes, but only in certain contexts. If I say, like, take care of your facial hair, I might not be referring to one's eyebrows.
Okay.
But you might.
Yes. Yes.
So it's facial hair.
Yes. I never thought about it.
There you go. When does it stop being
else would it
partly cloudy and then partly sunny?
I was just doing this with my son
Really?
because he likes to talk about the weather. He's like, Mom, it's sunny today. And then I said, yeah, I said it's partly cloudy. He's like, no, partly sunny. I was like, oh yeah, I guess so. I think there's a ratio, right? If it's more cloudy to sunny, then it's partly cloudy. If it's more sunny than cloudy, then it's partly sunny.
Sounds like
no.
Mostly sunny.
The other way. It's the other way.
Okay.
Oh God, I'm bad at this hot seat.
This sounds like a glass half full question. Like,
Yeah.
Which is a problem because full means full. You can't have half full.
that's true.
Full is full.
Okay.
Half filled.
Maybe.
Is
Yeah.
cereal a breakfast soup?
No. No.
Well, then
If
define
anything
soup.
is breakfast soup, it's oatmeal beach. Can I curse?
Yeah.
Okay, beach. Oatmeal is the soup of breakfast. You put blueberries, you throw a peach in there. There's all kinds of weird
Pretty
mixins.
thick for a soup.
Soup is what about a bisque? No.
Is it a
chowder? That's a soup, and
Okay.
that's thick.
So oatmeal could be breakfast chowder, and cereal could be breakfast soup. I think of runny,
Breakfast
brothy.
chowder.
Breakfast chowder.
That's a breakfast chowder. Speaking of chowder, what's the weirdest thing you ever smelled?
The
Weirdest smell you've ever smelled. I had a poop that smelled just like Thanksgiving dinner, and I made Molly smell it.
He made me smell it.
Wasn't it
God.
delicious?
Come in here. Come in here and smell this. No, I don't know.
It
You
was
have
after
to.
Thanksgiving. It smelled like turkey and stuffings and gravies and everything.
Yeah. I mean, listen, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a Thanksgiving is a deconstructed poop.
Yeah.
It shouldn't still smell like what you ate.
But you know how you know how sometimes I heard someone say this, but this isn't my original idea.
Okay.
But you walk into like a male locker room and dudes are changing their disgusting, sweaty football uniforms and stuff. And you're like, who ordered pizza? And then it turns out someone has taken off their jock strap next to your ear, you know? And so you're like, oh no, that's not pizza. That's your nuts. It's that kind of thing, right? You're like, sometimes food and
tricks you.
Yeah. Your poop will trick you.
Did it smell like Thanksgiving? Yes.
No.
She doesn't want to say yes.
Yeah.
That's the problem. But she's like, oh, that does smell good.
I didn't want to smell it. I don't want to remember smelling it.
Yeah, your weirdest smell.
Well, I mean, the thing I don't like to smell is when you floss.
Ooh, yeah.
And your floss.
Everything is rotten on there.
Yeah,
don't smell your floss.
That's my worst smell. Like whenever I do that, when it's coming out of your own body, you're kind of interested in it. You're like, what
does it smell like?
Yeah, you're probably your
curiosity.
Your caveman brain is like, I need to smell this to make sure I'm healthy or something. But the teeth, your flossed teeth, that's the grossest smell.
Okay, it could be weird.
I mean, otherwise, it's like I've wiped my son's butt and then I smell my hands to see if any poop is on there.
It's still on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, did I miss anything? That's weird smelling. That's an odd way to smell.
We just had a story about a lady who uses her own vagina juice as perfume.
Yeah.
To get more dudes.
It works for her. That's her thing.
She
That's
digs
anecdotal.
up in there and hits a gland and rubs it on her wrist and her neck.
And goes out to the bar and
so she gets up in her cervix.
Yep.
Yeah.
And gets her cervical mucus.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
That's what she uses for
I think all you have to do is tell a dude you did that and
They'll
he's
start-
going to be all over you.
No.
If you tell
That wouldn't gross you out.
if a girl just says,
Like,
I
I just shoved my hand up my vagina. And then I rubbed it all over my pulse points. Is that what you...
yeah. Now we're talking.
I guess like, hey,
I
if
have a
she can fit
soundboard
her
since you
hand
came
up there,
last.
that's pretty fun. Like I can fit my hog up there. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought it was very
Well,
weird.
let's try. I think that now I think we should try it.
Molly.
Not now, but I mean like you should for a couple weeks track your interactions
Attention.
with men
Yeah.
and see how it goes.
We'll get a graph.
Through
Like-
your cycle. You need to go through like 3 months so that you can have
Like try it at work and then try yeah.
But the same places, yeah.
At the
Yeah.
same places?
Well, you
Like,
gotta
hi,
get
Jim.
Have a control and one
yeah,
day
you need a
not
control.
do it. Okay.
Yeah.
What part of a kid's movie scarred you?
Scarred me. Never Ending Story
Okay.
with the horse dying.
Ooh.
I have chills right now thinking about that.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
pretty bad.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I just remember Large Marge from Pee Wee Herman scaring the shit out of
Oh, I
me.
love I didn't care. I
You
love
didn't
Large.
care? That scared
No.
the shit out of me.
Oh, and E.T. I loved E.T. And then, you hit a brick wall with them taking him away, and they're doing all these experiments and he's dying. And then Elliot's so sad. That scarred me.
Okay.
It
If
doesn't take
animals
much.
could talk, which would be the rudest?
Oh, birds.
Birds?
Yeah. Hey, 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 hey.
I don't know. I
All
think-
morning. They have this beautiful song, so you don't mind. But if they were like, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up?
We were actually just talking about that on the way here. It was like,
Our
why do you
parakeet
think
would be
that
a dick.
our parakeet and our conure don't get along? And I'm like, you never know. He could be just being a dick to her all day
Yeah.
long. Like, you don't know what he's saying to her.
Yeah.
I think cats would be the most.
They're already the rudest.
No, they wouldn't
Yeah.
talk to you. They'd be like, ugh. They'd be like bitchy
Yeah.
teen
but-
girls. Hi. Like
Yeah.
that.
You again?
Yeah.
Are you going to pet me yet?
And I feel like dogs already bark. I mean, I already talk, kind of,
A little bit. If 5-year-old version of you suddenly inhabited your current body, what's the first thing you would do? Put some perfume on.
That's a weird question.
Probably like feel my entire body. Right? Be like, whoa.
What is
this?
Look at all this squish. So much squish to squish. And then I'd be really interested in my boobs.
Probably.
because I talked about this on an episode of One Topic. I think it was puberty, where I was really into my boobs when they came in. I was like really interested in them.
Molly, you'll get there.
Oh no!
I was actually going to do that to myself and say, I haven't.
You're still waiting for that day. I would like turn a dress. I would like play around in my room, and I would turn a dress backwards so that it was like squishing them a little bit. And I'd be like, maybe it wasn't like sexual,
right?
I wasn't like sexual.
You were just glad to have them?
Yeah, I was just like, look, I was just really into them.
I've been waiting, and it finally happened.
Yeah.
All right. What's trending now that people will look back and cringe on 5 years from now? I know the hairy armpit trend is pretty popular right now, and I think people are going
the colored, like they're dyeing them too.
People don't realize.
Like
I mean, people that go to
rainbow-dyed
festivals do that,
armpits.
but they're not real people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've never seen
There's not a
that
secretary
happen.
at Caldwell Banker that's dyeing her armpit hair.
No, probably not.
No.
You never know.
I guess you never know. Probably. For a while, those boyfriend jeans that were very popular.
Boyfriend jeans.
Yeah, they were just like big, chunky looking jeans, like looking like you were wearing your boyfriend's jeans.
Oh.
I saw them at a festival once. I wasn't at the festival. I lived near a festival that was happening, and I saw all these girls that were young and cute, and they were wearing these horribly fitting jeans.
It's supposed to be like, I spent the night over there, and now I'm wearing his jeans.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
check
It was
this out.
it was bad.
To advertise
That
that
sounds awful.
Yeah.
you're easy?
Oh, the scrunchies are back.
They're back?
I've heard that.
How about
Yeah.
the sexy on the ass is going to come back? Or
No.
What's that
bitchy
mean?
Yeah,
All those pants
that say
with the
sexy.
words
From like
or
Victoria's Secret.
diva or
Yeah.
something? I think
Yeah.
those people are going to look back and be like, why did I write bitchy on my ass and go out in public? And then I get yelled at, or I yell at people for hitting on me. Your ass says slut. Right on it. And then you're mad because I said, hey, how's it going? Why would they put an S in lisp when people who have one would really have a hard time saying it?
Lisp.
That one's
It's
just
cruel.
always...
That's not a question.
Yeah.
Or I guess it's not. Is it a question that I have to answer?
No, it was just something that kind of always pissed me off because I slightly...
Where's
have
your
one.
soundboard? Ba-dum.
You want one of them?
There you go, Tom.
Yeah, how'd you know I had one of
Are
those?
you just testing out which sounds he's got?
Do you have a womp 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 womp?
No. We got a car crash.
Uh-oh. This is a long skid.
Heck yeah.
And it keeps going.
I would love to hear that thing ringing on the street.
All right. This story was for Trav.
Bring it.
Oh, no.
I know
Never
everything
mind.
about space.
Hold on. Trav's not here. You get the mullet story. The mullets are back.
All right.
I
Have
want
you
the
seen?
space story.
We'll get to the
We had
space
a mullet story last week.
Oh, we have
Or
an unexpected?
yesterday.
Okay. Mullets are back in fashion. You think you're pretty close to rocking one.
How dare you? I'm leaving. But don't you think it's all in isn't it ironic? I have a mullet.
But they're doing the step mullet, if you can see here.
Okay, this is less of a mullet. Okay.
Mhm.
You know what this mullet thing is?
Yes.
Is the shag. The shag haircut is back for sure.
They're just calling it a mullet.
They're calling, I think that
Because I
if
don't
it's,
think Lionel Richie they're showing. I don't think that's a real mullet.
No.
that's first of all, that's from when mullets were happening in the early 80s.
Okay. Yeah, you can tell by his Cosby sweater.
And his face being
Young looking.
40 years younger or
Okay.
wherever longer we are from the 80s. See what I mean? Okay, okay. So we're looking at a couple pictures. The first series of pictures were shag-looking pictures, shaggy haircuts. This is like a hard chop at your cheekbone.
Step
then-
mullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still wouldn't call it a mullet.
No, I wouldn't either. This though, okay, so these shaggy-looking ones, I question when the first two were.
This was from Stranger Things. This is the guy.
Okay, well then
But
he
he-
has a mullet for the show.
Right, because the show is set in like the 80s, right?
Yes, and then who's this chick on the left? She's from like a Destiny's Child reject.
Yeah. But I don't know.
But the one on the right looks current, and that is a shag haircut. to me. That's not a
Yeah.
mullet. Women at Walmart in West Bend have mullets. Those are mullets, beach.
So you don't think it's back?
No, I don't.
You don't think in 5 years from now we're going to cringe at the step mullet?
You know what might happen is that the fringe thing the shag thing that's happening is going to trickle down into the lesser skilled hairstylists, and it's going to interpret as mullet because they don't know how to properly make it not look like a mullet.
Yeah.
Look like this?
Yeah.
I kind of wish.
And
my
is
hair
that a
was
mullet?
Like that.
That's just long outgrown hair because a mullet is business in the front.
And this is party in the front.
This is, that's party all over.
And
Party
this
all
makes
over.
her head look kind of weird.
Yeah, I
It
just have
does.
an issue with whoever wrote this article in general.
Listen, so many articles were written because I have a deadline and I got to come up with however many words I'm
Something.
required. Like
That
people,
makes a lot of sense.
yeah,
there.
like, oh God, I got to get clicks.
Yeah.
I gotta get clipped.
I mean,
People
they even threw like a picture from the 80s in there.
Yeah, like,
and from
look
a TV
at Lionel
show.
Richie from 40 years ago. He's
From
got
a TV
mullet.
show that's based in the 80s and made
Yes.
it like it was.
Who is that author? Let's out him. He's canceled. Drag him.
What is going on?
I don't know. My computer is having a problem. Here's something else on the internet that I don't think should be on the internet here. Oh, my whole thing is froze here.
You want to talk about the space story?
Hold
Space
on.
crime.
I can't get to that.
I know it, though.
Autumn knows it.
Okay, hold on. We got these. It's Skittles nails, but it's really not.
Okay.
It's just like 5 colors. We're having a major problem here on Off the Rails. Here we go.
This technology has gone off the rails.
What is your laptop doing?
It's gone off the rails, Molly. No one's
Okay, we're not getting that.
Can you copy paste it?
Nope. Guess what?
What?
Skittle nails are stupid. It's just 5 colors, 2 on each, or 2 on your.
What?
It's 5 colors.
Okay.
But they're matching on both hands.
Taste the rainbow.
But it doesn't have to be Skittle color.
Okay.
They're just
It's a trend?
painting every single nail a different color.
Ugh, Rihanna loves her Skittles now.
That sounds like it just takes way too much time. I
And
rarely
nail
have
polish,
time
right?
to even paint my nails in the first place.
You have to buy them individually, right?
No.
Nail
what?
polish.
Oh,
you don't
yes.
Get a
Yeah.
whole,
You don't just get
load?
one like nail
Or you
polish
get them
that's
done.
rainbow.
Yeah. You get them done.
No. Who's got time for that?
Mm-mm.
Money for that.
Skittles nails. I would be happier if Skittles nails tasted like Skittles. You could like lick them off like a candy coating on your nails.
But then you'd just be going around sucking on your finger or something. Or like smelling them. It smells like Skittles.
Yeah, and also my dinner.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't care about Skittles nails.
No.
Like I said, another article. Rihanna loves her Skittles nails.
no.
I gotta write something.
All right. An astronaut may have committed the first space crime while aboard the International Space Station.
Yeah.
So, you know all about this.
Yes.
You heard all about it? What's going on?
Extra, read all about it. Space
Yeah.
crime.
Okay.
Yeah, so a lady accessed her ex-wife's bank account
Mm-hmm.
because she wanted to make sure that there were enough funds until like she got back to Earth or something to make sure like to help take care of her son. She said she wasn't doing anything wrong. She was just checking.
Okay.
And I guess that's illegal to do.
You can't just go on somebody else's bank account in X.
But she has access to it. It's not like she hacked it.
Okay.
She probably had a joint account with this person at some point,
Right.
right? And now they're broken up. And now she's just like, yo, I'm in space for 6 months. I need to check and make sure
So is
that...
it a crime because she did it from space and they just want to make a story
No,
out of
I
the
think-
first?
No, I think that she wasn't allowed access anymore, but because they're probably monitoring everything, they were like,
Right.
yo, that's illegal. So that's why Trump needs a space force.
Yeah.
Pull
Well, they say
the
that
spaceship over.
technically space law is the country that sent you. You obey their
Oh,
laws.
okay.
So if this person is American, she has to follow American.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
We reach into space.
right.
So what Yeah.
Our law extends into space.
It extends forever.
Yeah.
Aliens are probably breaking our law right now.
Beyond the reach of the law.
You
Nope.
can't. Nope. You can't get out of it.
On the International Space Station,
Mhm.
what time is it? Are they following their own countries or like where they came from? Like whatever,
I would assume so.
Wherever.
Yeah, they got to keep some kind of time. I would assume that they were.
Yeah.
They'd just follow.
The time zone in Houston.
But is that for American?
International Space Station.
See that, but there are so many Russians and Chinese.
That's where the main command center for the International Space Station is, so they keep it working there.
Okay.
Astronauts and cosmonauts.
Greenwich Mean Time.
Boom.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, I remember if this was on the hot seat, I'd be able to answer this question. The stupidest thing I ever heard someone ask someone was they were in space and it was like a live feed from space and they were like, "What time is it there?" I'm like, "What time is it?"
It's whatever time you want it to be.
Yeah. Time is relative. It
Right.
doesn't, you're in space. There's no like, well, the sun just went down. Well, it's back up again.
Yeah, because that thing's spinning the whole time to keep the gravity.
No.
What?
No spinning.
It doesn't spin to keep
No,
gravity?
this isn't 2001 A Space Odyssey.
It spins.
Your head is spinning.
All right. I went to the World Hip Hop Competition, and
hell yeah.
all I got was this measly shirt.
Hey, because
whoa, you like that?
because of measles.
Measles broke out at the World Hip Hop Dance Competition. So we can go really deep into this
All right.
about why measles would break out.
Okay. I want to know everything you know. Let me guess.
Go ahead, take a guess.
Okay, give me a hint. I felt real confident, and I was like, I don't know how it works.
Why are people getting measles again?
Because they weren't vaccinated.
Anti-vax.
Yep.
But in the, I don't mean to profile, but in the hip hop community, is anti-vaccination, I feel like that's not very popular.
I don't know. People visiting?
Pop.
Hip Hop Anonymous.
HIPAA. Get it?
Hip-hop
HIPAA
Anonymous.
violation.
I got it.
Aww.
Because medicine.
Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah.
So,
He's not going to give
12
you one.
days. Yeah.
How do you get measles?
You get it from someone else who has measles.
So okay, but through what type of contact? Is it airborne? Can you get measles through a cough? Is it touching is it through your skin? Can you touch like a dirty doorknob someone spit their measles out on?
Mark doesn't
Spit
ask
their
these
measles
hard
out.
of questions.
I thought you know this. You're a medicine man.
Okay. Yeah, but I didn't do like pharmacology or toxicology.
He didn't even do pharmacology. Ugh, even I did pharmacology.
Measles is spread through droplet transmissions from the nose, throat, and mouth of someone infected with the virus.
Droplet
Droplets
transmission.
spray,
Okay.
coughs, or sneezes.
Fluid. Bodily fluid.
90% will contract the disease. Wow. So
Whoa.
it's very contagious.
Yeah, you're getting it if somebody with measles sneeze on you and you're
Yeah.
not vaccinated.
Wow.
So my whole thing with the anti-vax is, the whole Andrew Wakefield story and everything?
No.
Okay, he said, he put out a story, vaccinations cause autism.
Is he the original?
Yeah.
Oh, I always think of it as Jenny McCarthy really spreading that bullshit.
She took his story. He said, vaccinations cause autism. Yay, that's a great story. We're going to publish you. We publish you and everything. And then the experts started going, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This doesn't make fucking sense. You just wanted to be published. They took it all down. And then they came at him with a lawsuit and said, you were lying. And he's like, yeah, I got published. I just wanted to get published and say something crazy.
But it was already out there and people took it and ran with it.
Well, people are so desperate to find out why their kids get autism.
Well, he said, yes, my story was false. It doesn't cause autism. And then Jenny McCarthy said, you're not lying.
Really?
And everybody is believing his first story that he said, yeah, I made that shit up. But since it's out there, it can never come back in.
Well,
Right.
You're right. People do want answers. They want an explanation. They want to know
Why
this happened to
Yeah.
their child and how to prevent it, which is understandable. But
So sorry, Jenny McCarthy, but you're kind of wrong. This guy who invented it says it. And if all the conspiracy theorists are right, because I'm the first guy ever to go, it's a conspiracy. They say like the Bilderberg Foundation wants to drop the population by 90%. They want to keep everybody docile by putting aluminum and metal in your and keep you stupid. And I'm like, okay, so if that is true, it also means we don't get measles. And what are we going to do if this giant Bilderberg Society is ruling the world and wants us dead? How are we going to stop it anyway? If we don't get vaccinated and they still want us dead, if they're that powerful,
yeah,
they're going to kill us anyway.
Well, conspiracy theories are fun.
Yeah, they are.
I mean,
I'm just like, well, until they actually press the red button that says 90% of Earth is dead, wouldn't it be nice not having measles?
Push the button.
Wouldn't it be nice just not having measles?
What are the measles?
They're
you get a
just
rash.
Red, blotchy.
Yeah. So in this story, how did people get exposed to it? Someone had it and
had
then
measles and came.
But why are so many people? How many people were affected?
Hold on. It says it says there's a breakout.
Right.
It's not saying how many people are affected.
Qualifies a breakout.
Yeah.
They know that somebody there had measles and probably sneezed or coughed.
Right.
They don't know the vaccination records of everybody there.
Right.
So they're not sure how many people are going to.
But if a larger percent of the population is already vaccinated, then we can assume that the larger percent of this population in this hip hop competition was also vaccinated. So just because
only takes that one person. So if 1 in 100 are unvaccinated, but you have 10,000 people there, now you have 100 people with measles going out.
And
spreading
it to people who are not vaccinated.
Right.
Yeah.
But they can come into contact
people
with
who have lower immune systems that could never get the vaccination.
Right.
Some people can't get vaccinated because it'll kill them. And I mean, there's newborn babies that haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah.
So you're just out there spreading it around.
Spreading your measles.
So.
Way to go. Probably someone named Ross.
Ross?
Roy?
Sorry.
What did Ross ever
One of
do
those
to you?
Roy, one of those bad Roys spreading their measles.
All right. Well, my whole shit froze here, so I got to type these in manually.
This episode brought to you by Busch Light, the Wisconsin beers.
So you want to know?
Is it a Wisconsin beer?
I don't know.
No, it's St. Louis.
Oh.
Anheuser-Busch. That beer was made out of spite. That's why I love it.
You didn't know that story?
You want to hear a fun story about Busch? How Busch was made?
Yes.
So Anheuser-Busch, he owns Busch Gardens.
Okay.
They own the Cardinals, St. Louis Cardinals.
Okay.
And he said, I'm going to build a stadium, and I want it to be called Budweiser Stadium. And they're like, no, dude, we can't name a Major League Baseball team at the time in the 70s after a beer company. Mm-hmm. He's like, fine, we're going to call it Busch Stadium. I'm Anheuser-Busch.
Right.
And the moment the doors open, he called down and said, I don't care what you got to do. Get me a beer on the market named Busch. And we're going to have our stadium named after a goddamn beer. So they built the stadium, then they put out Busch.
Okay.
So that's right out of spite.
Fun.
So I thought
now let me taste it.
Well, can you taste the spite?
I can. Sharp.
It's so good.
All right. So Florida is teaching youngsters how to youth python hunting lessons for their program. Teaching
Python
Florida
hunting.
boys to become Florida men. The problem is people buy these pythons and then they let them go in the Everglades because they get huge.
Right.
And now there's a bunch of pythons in the Everglades that were never supposed to be there and have no predators. And they're taking over. So they're trying to get them out.
So they're sending a bunch of
Young
kids out there, like young, untested, like children going.
Now wait,
go get them.
Are they they're not sending them out. They're teaching them how to do it.
They're
slowing
the car down and kicking them out the door.
3 go in, 1 come back.
Only a man shall emerge.
Is it like the Thunderdome?
No, I was gonna say this isn't Indiana Jones, the second one, where they were like, let's get a bunch of tiny little kids, malnourished kids, to dig in these mines.
Think Indiana Jones mixed with the Hunger Games.
Oh.
And that's how they're going to get the pythons out of the Everglades.
Why don't they just introduce something that kills the pythons?
Then what's going to kill that thing?
Something that kills that thing.
Do you want to deal with something that can kill a 12-foot python?
Why are they using kids? Couldn't they just open season on hunting
They're
pythons?
teaching them when they become men to
Well,
kill a python.
Good thing is the pythons are not poisonous, but they are large and in charge.
But they'll squeeze you. Aren't pythons the ones that squeeze you?
Those are anaconda. I'm sure there's more
I
than
thought
just...
pythons were constrictors too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Constrictors. Thank you, Molly,
Maybe not.
for using the proper genus,
Constrictors.
heterogenus.
Or they're the ones that swallow you whole, or they do both.
Oh yeah, like they'll swallow a goat.
Yeah,
Yep.
they just eat the whole thing still alive. Home.
Oh, wow. They're able to capture after the class 4 invasive snake.
Of course, the class 4. I mean,
4 different kinds.
I
mean, a
can
snake.
definitely handle a class 2 or 3, but a 4?
Class 4 snake?
Can I tell you what song is in my head?
Sure.
Open up them doors and turn them lights down low.
No.
I was hearing it today. It was echoing through the house, and I thought, wow, this is a dirty song. He's like, "Man, your man turns me on.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm coming in to fuck you, Barbara."
I have no clue what song you're talking
Really?
about. I don't
Open
listen.
up them doors.
He's
Is it
not a
open them
country.
doors?
Nope.
Open up them doors. Yeah. I think
Turn
so.
them lights down low. Bam. It's like got this nice slide guitar in
Play
it.
some music that's soft and low. or something
Yes,
like that.
Molly.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yes, ma'am.
He doesn't
sickening.
do country.
Nope.
Do you want a subscription to the Los Angeles Times?
My whole thing shut down and froze. All my show notes that I can click
Sorry.
on are just gone. So we're going to have a Russian ass-kicking robot sent to space. Look at this thing.
Oh, he's a humanoid robot.
Wait, they sent it to space?
Yeah, it's...
Oh, but he didn't dock, right? He didn't dock up with the space station?
No, he's going in there, right? Or
Oh,
he
it says
fails to dock.
it.
Yeah.
Were they sending him up to like attack
To kill.
to kill the was it the woolly bears that are on
On the moon.
the moon?
There are no woolly bears on the moon.
Yeah,
The
there are.
indestructible
In the
woolly
water.
bears,
Yeah, water bears.
water bears,
Water
whatever,
bears.
Yeah, something
bears.
crashed and there's water bears on the moon now. So this robot was supposed to be the like end-all robot named Fedor.
Oh,
That's
no.
This other story I had.
Skynet is real.
Why were they sending it to
Final
space?
experiment demonstration object research. It's because
Ah.
space. It's dangerous for people to go out and fix shit.
Mm.
So this was,
And then
supposed
eventually
to be
it takes so long to get places in space that send that dang robot out there.
it's not going to die.
Why
Yeah,
isn't the
he ain't gonna
robot
die. He's not gonna miss his family unless robots start having robot families.
Or-
Well,
Yeah,
you know, we saw a movie
if
like
you,
that.
you make them intelligent enough.
Skynet.
And,
Well, this guy just wants to fix things and kill by the looks of him.
I will fix you. You are defective. You are a human with faults. I must fix you.
How
Dude.
like badass do the Russians? We're naming it Fedor. Final experimental. Like,
Yeah.
this is not a prototype. This
Yes.
is the
Final.
end.
and what if he fails?
Final
Then-
experimental demonstration object research.
Final experimental demonstration.
Okay, this is second final.
We really mean it this time.
Next final.
Don't
I'm not even
worry.
gonna try for the Russian accent. 'cause
Fedor.
I can't.
So he didn't dock. He didn't make it up there.
Fedor.
I didn't know he
Oh.
didn't dock. This is an updated.
So what is he doing now? Does he zoom past it?
No, see that?
Yeah.
Hey guys. So did they send him up like in an unmanned ship, or was it just the robot and it was
They
supposed
didn't
to?
tie a Acme rocket to his back and send him into space.
I don't know these things.
Is he a rocket?
I'm curious.
Was he?
He
He
flew
could be a
himself like
rocket
Iron
robot.
Man.
Yeah, I don't-
He is the final robot, Molly.
Yes. Final demonstration robot experiment.
well, he doesn't need like all the stuff around. He's metal. He
Yeah.
just
I cannot make it to the space station.
He does look like he could fight Iron Man in Iron Man 2.
I could, I have, and I will. Once all you're dead is...
Can you understand my robot voice at all?
A little bit.
It's not going great.
You're having way too much fun.
But this is a... I am Fedor.
It's not working.
No.
No? Oh, sorry. I don't...
No.
No. Mm-mm.
I am Fedor. I have come to dock with the space station.
And I missed.
Oops, I missed. Fedor is dying.
That one's better.
Fedor is finally free.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Screw you guys. See you later.
Fedor does not like to work for the humans.
I'm gonna go live on the moon.
So guess who bought?
Second star to the right and straight on till morning.
Guess who bought Death Row Records?
Tell me, some white man. Tim Allen. Final answer.
Hasbro.
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 Hasbro acquires gangster rap label
So kind of.
Death Row Records as part.
Hasbro. Hasbro.
They are going to
Sorry.
be making a Death Row Records monopoly.
Wait.
Yes.
Why?
People will buy it and learn about real estate.
I don't need to learn anything about real estate because
You know, Roy.
I know Roy from Coldwell Bank.
Coldwell Banker.
Cold. I
Wholesale
can't
Realty.
say that.
You'll get there.
He would never be a sponsor for me because I can't say Coldwell.
Coldwell.
Cold? Like burr. I'm cold.
Yeah, Coldwell.
I want to say it's like called where? Well, wow. Caldwell Bankers.
Oh.
All right, Roy. I'm sorry. Hasbro. That's really strange. Did they buy it just so that they could make a game? Because you
They-
don't need to buy it just to make a game.
No, they bought the British company Entertainment One, which I guess owns it. So they own the rights to My Little Pony, Monopoly, and Mr. Potato Head,
Peppa Pig Beach.
and looking to expand family brands with the purchase.
Wow.
So why not,
Hip-hop is
Snoop
dead.
Dogg, Tupac? Let's get them.
yeah.
Do they own Woody from Toy Story? Because then technically Autumn was right with Tim Allen.
No, because Tim Allen doesn't own
Yeah.
Disney.
I know.
Disney. That's Disney.
Just trying to give it to you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right.
He's a toy.
Open up them doors and turn the
No.
light down. Anytime there's a lull, it's yelling in my head. I can't stop it.
All right.
So we should
You want
play
to
that
talk
song.
about Katy Perry needing to be stopped?
Whatever.
What?
I don't know.
You heard about it?
Yeah, of course.
She's getting she-tooed
Yes.
for whipping out some guy's schlong,
Well,
making out with a dude who didn't want to be kissed.
yeah. I
and then
didn't
coming on to a TV announcer. She's just going more and more,
But doesn't-
more and more stories
Yeah. There's a difference.
because she's a chick.
Yes, because she can't physically overpower any of these men that she's doing this to. And
That's part of it.
yeah. Yes.
Okay.
There's a threatening nature to interactions with men when it gets to that place, because if they're joking around, okay, it's joking around until they want to flip that switch and totally overpower you with their masculine like
Okay.
physicality. Whereas when you're a woman, that's not there unless you're talking about someone who's very young or for some reason very small, but that's a very
But
weird...
what about her coming on to other women?
She did it to other women?
Yeah. TV announcer. She did it to a girl.
Oh, because she kissed a girl.
Yeah.
She liked it.
So she did that to another woman. Katy Perry looks like she could overpower a couple
No.
TV reporters.
She's a wee one.
I don't know. Look at her.
Look at that jawline. That's
Look
a
at that.
threatening
She
jawline.
Take a punch, dude.
Okay. First of all,
Yep.
it's all very popular, and
Pulling
it's
dude schlongs out of their pants.
no, well, that's always been that's a tale as old as time. No, just the whole Me Too stuff. We have to believe every woman. We have to believe every victim. I believe people who I think are telling the truth. I believe people who seem of sound mind and talking about something. And I think that something scary and threatening could have happened to someone for them. That's their experience. And someone else can have a different experience of that same situation. But there is no subtlety when it comes to what we read online, what's reported by the news.
They got dates. They got to get the Katy Perry story out.
Yeah, they have deadlines.
They got deadlines.
Yeah. And then, like you said, like once something's released, you can't unsqueeze that toothpaste or whatever that phrase is. So,
and you've ruined someone's life.
Yes, yeah, but not to say that, like I said, someone could have done something wrong, but also not be a monster, because there are real monsters.
Yes,
there are real men. There are men who are real horrible monsters who, by the way, again, there's subtlety and nuance to everything, because those monsters were also preyed upon at some point when they were kids, unless they have like a brain tumor that's making them insane. Typically those people were once victims. I'm not saying now that once they're an adult and they turn into this monster that they should be sympathized. They should get not sympathy, but a pass or anything. Mm-hmm. Like they're adults, they've done it. It's done. You're in trouble. But people need to be thinking about reality on reality's terms with things that are going on. I know that we're very past this Katy Perry thing, but the umbrella thing of it is that all the Me Too stuff, and then it just becomes like, now, okay, this She Too is going to become like dudes who don't like the Me Too movement because it feels threatening to their masculinity, or something like, yes, see Katy Perry, see bleh. And then you're kind of, and you know what I mean? And then you're sort of siding with those jerks. And so it's like, you can't say.
I think it's gone too far.
Yes.
I mean, literally, if you see how times have changed, like if a girl got you a cup of coffee in the 60s and you smacked her on the ass, she smiled and said, oh, I did a good job.
Right.
You do that today, you're in the newspaper.
Yeah. Do you mean like a waitress?
Yeah, something
not just like a stranger. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's not cool.
But back in the day, you know what I'm saying.
Yes,
like,
I do. Yes.
Being sexually harassed back in the day is way different than what sexual harassment is today.
Right.
You could comment on a lady's low-cut top.
Oh, okay. See, that's a little... It's more like people are afraid to hold a door for someone. People are afraid to say, like, you look really nice.
Right.
Because there are stories or maybe real instances where people are like, he's looking nice. He's looking at my body. You know what I mean? And people don't want to look at their own situations with reality and say, maybe I'm getting such a strong reaction out of someone saying something pretty innocuous. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm the problem. You know what I mean? Like maybe there's something in my past that's making this feel like something scarier than it really is. There's a phrase, a saying that I heard, if it's hysterical, it's historical.
Yeah.
So if someone is reacting to something in a way that seems overboard, and just your gut reaction, like what, like it's troubling to you how much they're freaking out. A lot of times that's something from their history that is coming out, and not the actual thing that happened.
So what about this article that says 60% of male managers say they're scared to be alone with women at work and do not want to mentor them. So now the women might not be getting the training to get higher positions because I don't want to be alone with Molly, and then she could say anything. I'm not risking my career.
I don't want to risk my career by
advancing hers. Fuck that.
Yeah,
she can do it with somebody else, not with me. Find a woman manager.
Right? Definitely.
So guys are like,
that.
They're saying that this is
there's someone that I work with that was afraid to say to hold a door for me. Cause like I don't want to say anything because we're not allowed to say stuff like And he's such a sweet person. Not threatening at all, but yeah, there's a whole thing happening. That's really interesting.
So that's backlash from the Me Too movement. You're sticking it to some assholes, and now everybody's like, "Whoa,
yeah,
I don't want to put myself in that situation."
That's a whole problem. I think that's part of the symptom of social media being
Up in everybody's
so important
grill.
because even the news reports on social media. You know, they have news reports about, tweets.
Right. Well, that person could go home and tweet something.
Yes.
And then it goes viral and
then their career's over because, like, think about I just watched that documentary about Gilbert Gottfried. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's great. It's Gilbert. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
It's
Check it out.
he, when the earthquake in Japan happened and then the tsunami and he was the Aflac duck and then he got fired because he was
I
making
remember
those,
that.
Yeah, he was tweeting all those jokes about like the tsunami and like
It
something
ruined his career,
His
his
career.
life.
Well, I didn't really. They just took the Aflac stuff and then.
Well, didn't he still have just a pretty crazy stigma on, like, from that? Like, has he done anything
If
since?
you've heard his stand-up, he's not worried about that.
No, he doesn't care
Oh.
because the thing
I haven't
was,
seen him really since in
he's
anything.
always been that way,
Right.
and they just found out. They just realized.
Like, you knew
Holy
what
shit,
you were.
this guy's dirty
you
comedian.
picked
Yes,
Gilbert
so
Gottfried.
dirty.
You don't know who he is. You've never seen one of his shows.
Well, listen. When you watched Aladdin, did you know Gilbert Gottfried? I knew that he was a comedian who was the parrot, but I didn't know that he was incredibly dirty.
You think the producers of Full House saw Bob Saget
Yeah.
stand up before they hired him? For
So now I don't know. Was he dirty before
yeah,
that?
he was always dirty.
Because I thought that he had gotten dirty because
I
of
thought he was
the
always
wholesomeness of Full House. But
dirty. And America's Funniest Home Videos.
oh my god,
Yeah.
the worst jokes. Do you ever go back and watch those on YouTube
No,
and
I
watch the
haven't.
audience reactions?
I got really drunk one time and bought America's
Amazing.
Funniest Home Videos All Animal Edition. Didn't realize till it came to my house.
When did I? Oh,
Oh,
no.
that night.
fuck. I bought All Animal. I don't even like the animal.
Yeah. Well, go watch the audience reaction. They're like freaking
Oh,
out.
they're still doing new. It was like who is it? The Alfonso,
Oh, yeah.
whatever, doing them.
Yeah, he's still around.
Oh, America's Funniest Home Videos is funny.
Yeah.
It's the same as Friends. I'll turn on Friends or I'll turn on America's Funniest Home Videos and be like, ugh, what is this? And I'm laughing
It
my
sucks
ass
you
off.
in. You like.
Friends has hit or miss episodes.
That's true.
for
I
me.
mean, if it's a Ross and Rachel.
Yeah. Which character of Friends could they have done without?
It's hard because I want to say the one I wish was gone, which was Ross.
But you need that guy for the comedy
Do
to
we?
work. You need a
For
schlep.
what?
Ross
So
is
they could
such-
watch him neglect his son for a billion
Whoa,
seasons?
All right. I think you could. Did Rachel ever make you laugh?
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. Yeah, she was
Okay,
funny.
what'd she say that was funny?
I don't know.
No, not a goddamn thing.
No.
Phoebe always irritated me.
She was funny. You needed the crazy one.
I think we could have done without
You
Phoebe.
need the dork.
But I never really got super into Friends. I wasn't like
Yeah.
I had to watch Friends. I've seen episodes, but I never really got into it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was a Seinfeld guy.
Oh, Seinfeld all the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
What
So-
do you say?
No
audience?
soup for you.
Open up them doors and
No.
Let's do an interview with you.
shout.
No.
Let it all out.
That's all right. Because I'm not sure we can use that.
Oh, sorry. It's all right. I think it's like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
You can do.
I don't think it's any seconds, but
I think it is.
Yeah, it is.
we just have to review the song and then we can use it.
Oh,
So that was a really good drum solo. It was very good.
what song? What was that from?
It's
that was-
Phil
From
Collins.
I Can Feel It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the air tonight. So, Autumn,
What?
I've thanked you, but I didn't thank you in person. You're the one who got me going with this and gave me my advice.
Well,
You did a great job for me. Thank you.
you did. I didn't do all this. You did all this. This is
Yeah.
amazing.
But you had great words of wisdom for me.
Thank you.
You remember what they were?
No.
I was totally high. I knew you were going to be like, I don't even remember what I told them.
No. Well, I would tell you the same thing you asked if you asked right now, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But what did you
No,
ask?
you
What
were
did
telling me to have fun and make sure it's not a competition with anybody.
Oh, it's good advice.
Yeah, and you told me. And you're talking to the most competitive man in the world.
That's a good point.
Normally.
Yeah.
I mean, we can laugh about it now, but I'm going to laugh the most.
Right.
Because I'm fucking gonna.
Yeah.
But
so I told
I've
you
really...
keep your head down. Just do it. Keep
No,
doing it.
and then don't just make connections. And we've done that. And we've grown.
You
and
really have.
I owe it to you.
Well,
So thank you very much.
you're welcome.
So you changed my destroy all competition
Yes.
attitude.
So the host of the Von Hessler Doctrine,
Eric von Hessler.
Eric von Hessler, says there's a room for many at the table of success.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
especially with podcasts. I mean,
Yeah, we were in a group.
We should
and
all just help each other out.
yeah,
somebody
exactly.
was like in one of our podcast groups, how do I just want to snoop on somebody else's numbers. And
Oh yeah, I'd love to know that.
And I'm kind of like, why? If you're doing good, what does it matter? Like, do you need to see somebody fail also? Will that make you feel
No,
better?
it just helps you know your place in the universe, I think. I mean, I think it could be used for evil, but I think for me, I'd want to know just to see like where
you rank.
we are. Yeah, how do we stand?
Because nothing really ranks you.
No, I mean, you could go by iTunes and say, like, if I'm in the new and noteworthy, or if I'm in the top comedy podcast or something.
Joe
but then
Rogan's
that's
been
one
on
place.
New and it's all noteworthy now. It's not, you can't get on new and noteworthy.
No, yeah.
It's not really new. It's just
It's
just noteworthy. Yeah. They
How
change
do you
their
become
algorithm.
Noteworthy. So what do
Yeah.
you feel? I've come up with kind of this term called the Hollywood effect.
Sure.
And it's smaller podcasts like the one topic and off the rails. We get a lot of our friends listening to podcasts because that's who listens to you first when you start.
Sure.
And then they see, oh, Conan needs a podcast. Oprah needs a podcast. Will Ferrell has to do a character from a 2004 movie and be the number one podcast in the world.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they don't listen to
Yep.
your podcast anymore because they're listening to all these Hollywood podcasts. So it's like the small ones bring people in. In Wisconsin, podcasting is relatively a newer thing. So when we started 2 years ago, it was, what the hell's a podcast? I had to explain it to everybody. Now people are starting to come around, but then I got people listening, and I'll have a conversation with them, and they'll tell me something that I had on my show and tell me a different show they heard it on. I'm like, well, you didn't hear? Yeah, I heard blah, 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 talking about this. It's like, well, I thought you listened to my show, buddy.
Yeah.
So I think with $1 million budget, you can't compete with the advertising and the name recognition and just being Will Ferrell. Anything he puts out on Twitter or Instagram,
Right.
he can charge thousands of dollars for it. So
Yeah.
his self-advertising, and then he walks into the studio. He's got a team of writers. He's got the guest all set up. He doesn't have to worry about editing. So he doesn't do any of the stuff.
Yeah, he's
except-
the artist. He's the
So how do podcasts like ours compete?
I don't feel like it's a competition.
I
feel like that's a totally
Okay.
separate thing because and even if you do use it as sort of a motivator,
I mean, compete in the way to grow.
but I don't feel like I think that I mean I would listen to a sort of more smaller podcast, but I would also listen to like Conan's podcast.
Mhm.
But that doesn't mean that one
Right.
outweighs the other.
I think people that listen to podcasts listen to multi. They don't pick one.
Well, I know they don't pick one, but you do have a certain amount of time you can listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those people, like the big people, don't put out multiple podcasts a week. It's just one. So you listen to it for like 2 days, maybe if it's an hour, and you only
you're
have.
thinking like little podcast series. I'm talking like
No, I'm talking about Conan's
Okay.
podcast.
Okay.
Let's say it's an hour long.
Mhm.
I listen to it in 2 days, and then I go listen to some other podcast. That's
okay.
You know what I mean? I think you have and I think that people in their commutes to work probably can finish a podcast in a day.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, you're laying in bed and you're playing a game on your phone, you're zoning out and you're listening to another podcast. I mean, that's what I do. I do the dishes just so I can listen to podcasts. Like, I'm doing the dishes.
Do you?
Yeah, I
wash-
get you. I'm doing it.
Yep.
I lost the story, but do you wash the bottom of the dish?
Oh, yeah. Well, if you have a dishwasher, you just sort of rinse it and then throw her in the dishwasher. But this is similar to like, do you wash your feet when you take a shower? This is reminding me of
I do.
that. You do? You're like, time to wash my
Scrub 'em.
feet.
He's got one of those like pet eggs and the little like scrub stone for
Yeah,
his
I
feet.
need that pumice.
He takes very good care of his feet.
I
'Cause
played
he likes them in
soccer
your mouth.
for so many years.
Gross.
Playing soccer for so many years, you get some pretty gnarly feet.
Yeah.
And I didn't want my teammates' feet. I took care of my feet.
Oh, okay.
You guys are Those are nasty, dude. And I still have big calluses all over my feet that I gotta
Those are protection. That's protection.
grind down, especially on my plant foot because my left foot's got it on where you plant and kick with the other foot.
Oh, I don't know.
So is the
Sports.
the washing the bottom of the dishes? It's
People are surprised
For
that
hand
some
washing?
people don't wash the bottom of the
I
dishes.
don't understand. If you don't have a dishwasher,
right.
then aren't you soaking them to sterilize them and stuff?
Well, you soak them, but sometimes, I think I get what they're going for, because if you have them in just dishwater and you go and you just clean the front of it,
Yeah.
it might have been stacked with other plates that have food on them, so there's stuff on the
Yeah, you
bottom of
wash
the
the
plate.
bottom.
And if you miss
You
that,
should wash the bottom.
and if you miss that,
You got like a
And then
ketchup.
and then you
on
stack
the
it
bottom.
back up in the the cupboard with stuff on the bottom.
Listen,
It's gonna
I
get-
know what people are saying. I don't need to read anything. The people who say that they don't wash the bottom don't realize they're washing the bottom. They're holding the dish. They're like, "Da-da-da-da-da-da."
No, I think there's probably people that don't wash the bottom of the
Well, of
plates.
course there are, because there are monsters, disgusting people out there.
That's exactly what the internet is calling them. Monsters.
There you go. Autumn
Real
did not-
monsters exist.
Did not need to read the article.
You didn't.
I don't need
Monsters.
knowledge to know things.
And I can't find that.
Monsters.
Perform bottom plate cleaning. No.
It sounds sexual. Bottom plate.
Sounds dental.
You can make anything
Yes.
sound sexual.
It sounds way more dental. You're right.
Everything is a fetish. If you can think it, it's a fetish.
Open up them doors. And
We just had
down low.
a
I'm sorry.
castration
No.
fetish. All right. So you're still at the
Yeah,
Doctrine.
it was gross.
Dominating the radio waves.
Yes.
What's your role there?
I do a lot of impressions.
Yeah.
I come in with the little quips. We do a lot of improv, not like give us an occupation, not like
Yeah.
that. But just if there's a news story, then I might, like we did with the robot, I might try and be the robot,
Okay.
stuff like that.
You were Autobot for a while.
Autobot? Yeah, where was that?
That was on the show.
I was?
I don't know if you were working
I'm real
the-
forgetful. I
Did
don't
you
know if
do you
know
work
that.
the Facebook comments?
Not really.
Were you doing that?
No.
Then
Oh, the bot. That's right. Yes. I forgot. So I think that Jared, the producer, was putting in his computer and making it speak and pretending to be me.
okay.
And then I was also doing that, but for myself. So I was being like I was doing an impression of the computer. And so we didn't know who was the Autumn bot. And then I think that's what that was.
All
That's
right.
funny.
I was trying to lead you down that path. So,
Sorry.
you still work with Radio Labyrinth, though,
Yes.
right?
Radio Labyrinth, we're going to be at Dragon Con this next weekend, which is
They don't know when this is coming out.
oh yeah. Okay, well,
This
look
is
for
a
us.
saved-
Look for our podcast on about Dragon Con.
Yes.
Yeah, Dragon Con is a really big science fiction
Did you dress
anime
up last
board games. I haven't been for like 5 years. But I am dressing up this time.
What are you going to be?
I'm going to be Hichiro from Spirited Away. You ever seen Spirited Away?
No.
So amazing.
Nope.
Watch Spirited Away and then remember the director's name, which is something Hitachi Hitamoto kind of thing, and watch the rest of his movies because they're magical and
Okay.
beautiful. They're amazing.
So it's a
See,
movie.
what's his name? Hichitami Katsunoto. It's not that. Roll down. Scroll down for a second.
Producer, music.
Keep going. It's on the right. There. See?
Where are we going? Director?
Yes. Oh, it wasn't that at all.
No.
Well,
All right.
You were not even
Hichitaki
close.
Katsumoto.
You could have just. Nobody would have questioned it.
Edit this out. Mark it.
Been one
Okay.
guy
Mark the
that
time.
questioned it.
Anyway, so see the girl there?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's who I'm dressing up as.
but you don't have that color hair.
I bought a wig and I styled it myself.
Ooh.
I bought a foam head and pinned it to it and I brushed it and I styled it.
Oh, wigs are a pain to deal with. I've gotten wigs
Yeah.
for a couple costumes and
I cut the bangs.
they're rough. I bought a wig and had to cut it, and I've had to dye them, and they're not fun.
Ooh, you dyed? That's fancy.
We went as Team
Yeah.
Rocket one year
Yeah.
from Pokemon.
And so I did.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I saw
did.
that.
I did Jessie and trying to dye that wig, and also trying to make it stick out like the
So
whoosh.
hard. I know. You got to go on all kinds of cosplay message boards.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're doing that, and
Yeah, what's the theme of the show for everybody?
it's a pop culture podcast. So a lot of times we talk about movies, TV. We do staff picks. We talk about news that's happening when it comes to entertainment. We do a lot of bitching. And then Tim and I do a lot of improvising together. And we have some characters that we do. And we have like a Vanilla Bean and Chocolatia, which is I think we're white people. It's kind of hard to remember. We're white, but we sound like this, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, babe, Chocolatia. And so we do a lot of like dessert sexual puns together.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really fun. And Tim's really great to improvise with. He's great.
Awesome. So now you started a new podcast. You called it Your Infant Baby.
Yeah.
Your baby. Tell us about One Topic.
One Topic is a podcast with my friend Greg Russ, who is also on the Von Hessler Doctrine, but he only has a couple segments a week. But he started the podcast with us, the Von Hessler Doctrine. And he and I have been friends for like almost 20 years, 16 years, 17 years. And it's a show where we pick one topic to talk about.
And this is hard for you guys.
It was at first.
To stay on one topic?
I saw some of I listened to some of the first ones.
Yeah.
It kind of made me giggle that this is not the topic we decided.
No, it's gotten better.
Yeah.
We have gotten much better at I'm just looking up to see what our
It's
topics
still
are because
good.
I can't remember them.
Yeah, because our show is off the rails. We embrace going
Yeah.
off the rails.
So because we're such friends and we've known each other for so long, I can't find my own podcast.
That's a problem.
Here it is, because I was looking at shows and not I'm sorry. Okay. Because we're such friends, it would be very easy for us to go off the rails,
Yeah.
Yes.
but it would probably be too much like a telephone conversation between two friends, which I mean probably has an audience, but that's not what we wanted to do. We wanted to stick to one topic, and we thought it would be like a good exercise for us. So we've done topics like video games, hobbies, needs, which is a really interesting one. We get real psychoanalytical.
Okay.
Neighbors, embarrassment, money, breakups, secrets was a really great one. Lots of secrets.
You did one on like your old like journals and stuff too. Didn't
Oh
you?
yeah.
What type of monster
I think that one was
keeps
called
a
Notes.
journal?
When you're 12 or whatever and you're writing ridiculous stuff.
You kept the journal?
Oh yeah. Hey, go listen to my episode.
I did
Notes.
I did for a little bit.
Yeah. Autumn's car was stolen, which my car was
Yep.
stolen.
Yeah.
Breasts, which was a fun one. We just did Autumn and Greg. So a lot of people were wondering about our relationship because Greg and I have a little spark chemistry between us because we love each other so much. And so we love each other, and then that friendship was always there. But this podcast has really gotten us super close because it's kind of like a therapy session every episode for us. Sometimes it's just fun and we get to have fun. And then other times, because it is so like we're talking about our, emotions and feelings about situations, and coping mechanisms was one episode. You just like get to know each other even more, which seems crazy after you've known someone for so long. So people on Facebook are very like, what is going on with you guys? You know what I mean?
Autumn, you're married, right?
Yeah, you're like, not during the podcast. But yeah, so then we had to answer some questions about our relationship. So we recently did that episode, which was good. But
How often do you put these episodes out?
every Monday, 2:30 in the morning.
2:30 at what?
They're scheduled to post every 2:30 in the morning.
We do ours at 8.
On
Oh, yeah.
8 a.m.
Tuesdays.
on Tuesday.
Oh, on Tuesdays. Oh, because you said that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's when Apple iTunes or whatever updates all their
Yeah.
stuff. So when there's more traffic, we
But-
get on there.
People, the other podcasts and the other shows that I'm on, Von Hessler Doctrine and Radio Labyrinth, are really great shows. But this is our little baby one. We started 7 months ago. It's growing, but we're still trying to perfect it. We're still, early on.
It's fun. People
Yeah.
should all check it out.
Yeah, please subscribe, rate, and review us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard asking for it. Nobody does it.
I know.
It's like, well, my mom did it, so we're good.
Yeah. I think my mom did leave a review.
Yeah.
Maybe I should find it. Hold on.
See what your mom said about it. We only got a couple reviews here on Facebook, but
One
excellent.
of them says, open up them doors and turn them. No?
You're just trying to get it stuck in everyone else's head. Stop it.
I've never heard the song.
Oh, this is my mom's review.
Uh-oh.
I really enjoyed these first 2 episodes. It was fun to hear about your relationship and how you decided what to call the show because the first 2 episodes were like nothing. I laughed each time you guys went off topic. You always managed to find your way back again. I would not have thought that a podcast about the movie Home Alone would be so funny.
2 stars.
When I Thanks, Mom. When I finished both shows, I had more episodes to listen to. I'm hooked.
All right. My mom hasn't.
Mom.
Oh, Mom.
I had to write Facebook to get my mom's review deleted.
Ooh.
No, she roasted us.
Yeah.
No,
Tom
actually,
could do better.
Our dirtiest episode was our Mother's Day special with my mom.
It was.
By far.
Why was it so dirty?
She's a filthy, filthy woman.
I love
Yeah.
Where do
that.
you think I get it from?
I'm into it.
I found out my mother was a stripper
What?
Yeah.
on the episode.
What?
Go check out Mother's Day special episode.
We didn't number it. It was just called Mother's Day.
It's called Mother's Day special. If you want to hear my
Wow.
mom.
It was
Blow
from
my
Mark's
mind.
Attic episode.
Wow.
The attic era.
I'm listening to that 100%. I'm very
Yeah,
excited.
listen to it on your way home.
I will.
Awesome. Well, Autumn, thank you very much for coming and seeing our new studio. And look
It's-
what you helped
yeah.
make.
Amazing. I did not help make this.
Yes, you did.
I told you
pointed
some
me
things,
in the-
and
were
you did all of this. This is
Mr.
really
Miyagi. You had me wax
Wax on.
on and
Yeah.
wax off. And
Why am I waxing this floor?
so you can podcast.
Just keep doing it.
No, this is really, really impressive.
Yeah?
Yeah,
You
for
like it?
sure.
It's-
Yes.
It's pretty nice.
Yes. It's amazing.
It sucks. We got asbestos falling on top of us here.
Mm.
Don't look up.
Don't look up. Who looks up? What rude person looks up?
So, well, this is normally when Mark does our reads.
Oh, all right.
Would you like to try it?
yeah.
They're right there. We got a clipboard.
Sure.
Where can they find us, Autumn?
Twitter at off the railism to some.
Off the rails. TM is the keyword. Just look for us on all of our social media. Hey,
Off
if you
the realism.
off the rails, TM.
We're also on SoundCloud, YouTube, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio, and all your favorite podcasting hosting sites. See our website for more details.
Who knows? Molly might have the new website all up. Hey, if you shop on Amazon, use our link. We get a kickback if you use our
Awesome.
link.
Doesn't
Just go-
cost them anymore.
No.
No,
You can buy all of your, air filters that you need for your house.
definitely.
You get a
use
little
that.
kickback.
Go check out our Patreon. We put some more stuff on there. And
Yeah.
where can we find One Topic?
You can find what you just search for it everywhere.
Is it hard to find? Let me try it.
Yeah, go for it. Go.
I'm just going to type into Google One Topic.
Podcast, probably.
I'm putting in One Topic.
Oh, bitch, it's right there.
Number one thing that comes up. One Topic. There you go. Just type in one.
Where is it? Hit your sound effects.
For what?
For yay!
You don't have a. Oh, come on.
Oh, Molly is judging. Give me a critique.
No, that's creepy.
I don't have I got a, oh yeah.
Hey, that's pretty impressive. You're right
All
up
you have
there,
to do is
number
type one topic. You were nervous when I was typing it in
Yeah, I
Google.
was like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh, he's doing
Come
it.
up.
I don't know. Maybe people have a thing about one topic.
Greg likes trains.
Yeah.
That's your last episode.
This next one, I forget what the next one is. It's coming out tomorrow.
Awesome. And you guys are doing awesome. Should we subscribe right now?
Yeah,
it.
subscribe.
Do
I think we are.
Yeah, if you just search for us one topic, we're on, Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. I think we have a YouTube page. We're not doing anything on it. There's a video you can watch.
Well, you have
one video.
You can just put this logo and
Yeah,
the
we
audio.
did. I think we did.
Okay.
Oh, the audio. Oh, yeah.
Just this picture and audio.
That's
People
a good
listen
idea.
to it.
That's what we did before we did video.
Right.
We'll
All
set
right.
you straight. We'll hook
Thanks,
you up
guys. See, the student has become the teacher.
Awesome.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much, Autumn. And remember, universe, we're not good enough.
Thanks for tuning in, universe.